welcome to you, boys. To start our conversation with our guest Ali Johar, I would like to introduce myself. I am Shariful Islam, a PhD student at the Department of International Relations at South Asian University, New Delhi. So we would like to talk today the situation of Rohingya refugees in India COVID-19. I would like to extend my thanks to Ali Johar, who has given his time amid the disturbing situation we are all facing, and we are in lockdown situation. So please allow me to introduce Ali Johar briefly. So Ali Johar is the education coordinator of Rohingya Human Rights Initiative in India, a volunteer organization of the Rohingya activists. He is also a global youth peace ambassador recognized by Rajiv Gandhi National Institute of Youth Development under the Ministry of Sports and Youth Affairs of Government of India. Thank you, Ali Johar. I would like to request you, please, if you have something to add as your introduction, it will be good to us to understand the situation that you'll describe.
Thank you, Shariful. Thank you so much for inviting me here today to describe the current situation of our community in India and elsewhere. So I don't think there should be anything added. You have already described. You have already introduced me very well.
Yeah, so first, I just to initiate our today's talk, I would like to know that how are you and how are your other family members holding up in this situation?
Yeah, I'm fine. As you know, Delhi is under lockdown, and there are some areas which are being sealed. So I'm in one of the area which has been sealed uh, by 14th of April. So the situation is quite tense here in Delhi, but I think we have to fight together against this virus, and we'll overcome very soon.
Okay. So, as you have pointed out that the area you are staying, it's under total lockdown, and a very emergency situation is there. As we all know that each and every country that are in that affected by COVID-19, so this condition of the people, particularly those who are day laborers and the lower income people, they are suffering the most. So as Rohingya is a stateless community and one of the most persecuted community in the world, and you don't have that kind of rights in any country where you are residing. So how you, like, you means that you are doing the people those who are staying in India, how you coping up the situation?
So there are almost 18,000 Rohingya refugees in India, and with the 5,500 families across India. Like in Hyderabad, there are 1,600 families, and in Jammu, there are 1,500 families. In Haryana, there are 415, and in Delhi, it's 378. In other states also, like UP, Rajasthan, and West Bengal, there are some Rohingyas residing. So almost 90% people are working in unorganized sectors, as refugees don't have work permit in India. Our people are working in as rickshaw puller, daily laborer, construction laborer, and rack pickers are there. And some people are working in factories with a minimum wages, like in Hyderabad and Jammu. There are our people who are working in small factories. So all these working sectors are being shut down because of the lockdown. And as our people work as daily laborers, and their families are totally dependent on the earning they earn from themselves. So all the families are going through very hardship, and There are families from whom we have got report that they have run out of rations, and we're getting so many SOS calls, like the children and themselves will be in starvation if there is no support from anywhere.
Okay. So the situation is very like scary and worrying for Rohingya people staying in India also. Like as it's become a very like the number of positive cases in increasing in India. So as you have pointed out that the Rohingya people living in Delhi, staying in Delhi and other parts of India. So is there any positive case report among the Rohingya community?
No, fortunately, there is no case among positive case among Rohingya, but there are some people who were being quarantined because they were traveling from other state to another state. So till now, there is no positive case among Rohingyas.
Okay. So that's in a way very good news for all of us. So then how is it possible as you have narrated the situation of Rohingya people that their condition are not very good when they are leading a very normal life also. So how are they like are the precautionary measures, other social distancing and other health regulation possible for them to maintain?
Uh, Almost 95% families live in makeshift camps in India because they can't afford a rental apartment. So all these shanties are very congested that social distancing can be seen as a privilege. So even there are families for whom having a soap can be a privilege. So, being refugees and residing in settlements which are very congested, social distancing is quite impossible, like impossible. But our team and our youths are being very active in this. That we are trying to create maximum awareness among our people, so that there is no unfortunate events in our community.
Okay. That's a good that you are doing at least trying from your own and to create awareness among your own community. So what are the other what are other human rights organization, particularly this United Nations Refugee Agency UNHCR doing for the Rohingya community amid this dire situation?
So at first, they said they will be helping out our community, but for planning they have took a little time. But we have created a fundraising for our people from whom we have got SOS calls for emergency support. Rohingya Human Rights Initiative uh, are able to reach out almost more than 500 families with daily rations and all for emergency support. But now UNHCR is also in the field to support our people, not only Rohingya refugees but also all the other refugees in India with minimum rations and support for them. And there are
Yeah,
also quite some
UN.
other organization, local organizations and individual who have supported refugees like Human Welfare Foundation, Action Aid, Save the Children, and also there are some individuals who have supported our community with rations and emergency support and medicines.
So, as you are working as a volunteer, in the Rohingya Human Rights Initiative, and also trying to create awareness among the Rohingya community, like what you do you expect more from the other, like the international organizations and intergovernmental organization, including UN, Save the Children, and other those who work for human rights? What do you expect in this situation as a emergency thing from this organization?
Yeah, thank you so much. We totally understand that this is an emergency for everyone in all the corners of the world, and there are local people also in India who are suffering because they have lost their job, and there are daily laborers who are also suffering because of this lockdown and because of the pandemic. But refugees are also a part of human being, and refugees should not be excluded from from the support. Looking at that, we have requested the state governments like Delhi government, and they have been very supportive. They have supported with rations and medical support to all the families, and they have also assured that if they should there be any emergency, they will be there to support our community. The same thing we are trying to request the Haryana government as well as Jammu Kashmir administration and administration in Telangana and Hyderabad area. Uh, they we are pretty much hopeful that they will also support our community. Shall there be any emergency or any anything in need in this global emergency, because we cannot exclude the refugee community, or we cannot. This virus does not discriminate with race, religion, and color, anything. So there is nothing like that. The refugees will not be infected, or local will not be infected. Refugees are protected, or others are not protected. It's not like that. But if this is going to infect the refugees, this is going to be very much a big emergency, because as refugees are staying in the camp, in congested camp, so they live 30 families, 50 families all together in a very small place. So if someone is infected, then it's going to be very unfortunate events. So that's why it might spread throughout all to all the families. So that's why we are requesting all the administration and all the organization who are in the field not to exclude the refugees. We have got pretty much positive response as well.
Yeah, thank you, for giving me the detail of what the governments of Delhi state government is doing, and what you have described. It should be appreciated. It's a that at least the Delhi government doing from its part to reaching out the refugee people. So, and I am agree with you that that if Rohingya got infected, it may also add to the vulnerability to the own people of India also. Like maybe a few days back, I have written a article for South Asia Monitor. In that article, I have argued that the government, the host countries should take care of refugees because refugees are most vulnerable people, and in this pandemic situation their vulnerability has increased. So if someone got infected, by default own citizens will also be infected or become vulnerable. And so I have pointed out 2 points. One is that the rational point of the state is that to protect your own citizen you have to take care of the refugees living in your own country. And the second point was the compassion point. As we are all human beings, we should stand by to each other during these crisis times. So I will share this article with the description box through in my YouTube channels. So, and as we have pointed out that these Indian government, these in different state government, like you think that they will help positively, and they will think this as a humanitarian issue and not as a someone that doesn't someone that would not be count as a people to I also am concerned about these things that how do you reaching out the people like those who want to contribute, like those who want to extend their hand with to the Rohingya people. Like as you have pointed out that you people are raising funds. So if someone want to contribute in the fund, how they should reach out to you? Is there any communication medium?
Yeah, Rohingya Human Rights Initiative has a website, as well as we have all the details on our website, and we have Facebook page, Twitter account, and all the other social medias. So all this support we have got is from our friend circles only. If there are any other organization or anyone else who are trying to help us, we have uh, organization, partner organization, under whom we are receiving fund. We have
Hello, hello,
so
hello, hello.
hello Sheriful, can you hear
Yeah,
me?
yeah, I am hearing. So, like you are saying that if someone wants to contribute, they can visit Rohingya Human Rights Initiative websites, and every each and every details are provided is provided there.
Yes.
So we are at the end of our today's talk. I would like to know more about that. How you are creating this awareness that you have talked in at the initial point of our discussion. How you are communicating with your people, those who are residing different parts of India.
So we have created a WhatsApp group where we have tried to add maximum people from all over the India, and there is a youth group in that WhatsApp group, and we have through video messages and through audio messages, through comics and all, we are trying to create maximum awareness. We have dubbed a couple of WHO videos which have been circulated in their website, and we have dubbed into Rohingya language. So these videos did not only reach to Rohingyas in India, also across the globe, which were being benefited and aware. Uh, so if we are at the end point of the interview, I'd like to request the viewer who are who are watching our video, uh, when we are talking about home quarantine, and we must not forget all those who have no home or who are forced to flee their home.
Yeah, so like even I also request to the audience that they should feel the suffering of the people, those who are stateless, who once like who is forced to leave their country and under very tremendous situation they are passing through in Bangladesh, in India, and other countries. So through this interview, the aim of my interview is that to reach out people, to reach out, to convince the people that the Rohingya community is suffering, and their suffering has increased, and their suffering now becomes double due to this COVID-19. So I would like to request my viewers to that whatever means they can do for the Rohingya people to stand with them in this dire situation, and also like fight for achieving justice for the Rohingya people. And before ending, I would like to give you thanks to you giving your time and sharing your thoughts. It always enjoy able to talk with you. Like we are friends for a long time, and I always enjoy talking with you. You are always smiley and very cheerful, and I hope that you will keep these things and will struggle for your rights. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Shariful, and thanks for being there every time.
Thank you. Thank you.